Math-sayang araw muli sa mga batang Mandalenyo at mga home learning partners. Welcome muli sa ating Project SOAR, series of online academic reviews of mathematics CLAID learning modules. Kanina ay natunghayan natin ang Week 9 ng Project SOAR sa Grade 7, 8, 9 at 10. Ngayon naman ay ating panoorin ang Week 9 ng Business Mathematics. Our next speaker is a Teacher 3 from City of MANDunong Science High School. He's a graduate of BS Education, major in Mathematics at Jose Rizal University. He finished his Master of Arts in Mathematics Education in Rizal Technological University. He's been teaching for 24 years and is currently teaching Business Mathematics and General Mathematics in Senior High School. He is also a CLAID module writer in Pre-Calculus Business Mathematics and a CLAID module validator in Business Math and Business Finance. He is a Dream Plus mentor and an MTech trainer. Let us all welcome Mr. Ricardo G. Graida.
Thank you, Ma'am Benson, for the generous introduction. Good afternoon to our SDO officials, Dr. Romela M. Cruz, our School Division Superintendent, Dr. Aurelio G. Alfonso, Assistant School Division Superintendent, to our Chief CID, Dr. Aling G. Mendoza, to our Chief SGOD, Ma'am Emma Rubio, to my energetic and dynamic education program supervisor in mathematics, Mr. Resty Rodelas, to my ever supportive principal, Mr. Roderick R. Menjola, and to my ABM students in City of Mandaluyong Science High School, and to all Batang MANDunong. I'm going to present a series of online academic review in Business Mathematics Week 9. I'm Teacher Richard. In Week 9, we have the learning competencies. Number 1, analyze and interpret the data presented in a graph table. Number 2, use software MS Excel, SPSS, programs to compute and present graphical representation of data. So we have here an example of table and graph. So in the table, we have the Philippine FDI in million pesos from 1992 to 1997. So in 1992, we have 5.7, 1993, 10.15, in 1994, 12.16, 1995, 10.22. In 1996, we have 24.25. In 1997, 31.36. And then we can now graph. Okay? So on the y-axis, it represents the from 0 to 35 in million pesos. And then on the x-axis, we can represent the year from 1992 to 1997. Let us now interpret the data. The following bar graph chart shows the trends of foreign direct investment, FDI, into Philippines from all over the world. Number 1, what was the ratio of investment in 1997 over the investment in 1992? So we can interpret the data using the ratio. So in 1997, we have 5.7 million pesos. In 1997, we have 31.36. So using ratio, 1997 divided by 1992, we have 31.36 divided by 5.7 is equal to 5.50 in million pesos. Question number 2. The Philippine FDI from OPEC countries was proportionately the same in 1992 and 1997 as the FDI from all over the world And if the FDI in 1992 from the OPEC was 2 million pesos, what was the amount of FDI from OPEC countries in 1997? So 1992 is to 1997. So gagamitan natin ng ratio and proportion. Since 5.7 is to 31.36. So 1992 and then 1997 equal to 2 is to x. To solve for x, 5.7 times x is equal to 62.72. X is equal to 62.72 divided by 5.7. So therefore, x is equal to 11 million. And then question number 3, which year exhibited the highest growth in FDI in Philippines over the period shown? Okay, so para makita lang natin yung highest year by subtracting the previous year to the present year. Okay, so from 1993 minus 1997. So that is 10.15 minus 5.7 equal to 4.45. And then in 1994, minus 1993, so 12.16 minus 10.15 equal to 2.01. 1995 minus 1994, 10.22 minus 12.6, that is equal to negative 1.94. In 1996, minus 1995, so 24.25 minus 10.22 equal to 14.03. 1997 minus 1996, so 31.36 minus 24.25, that is equal to 7.11. So based from the given computation, we can decide the highest year or the highest growth. So that is 1996. That is equal to 14.03. So if we will compare the other year. So let us continue now with our discussion. So this time using Excel in presenting business data and then graph. So let us now try to answer this one. Graph the table and compute the monthly income. So given the monthly summary sales report, so for the week 1 up to week 4, so we have investment. So in week 1, we have 800 pesos investment, expenses of 500 pesos. In week 2, 1,000 pesos, expenses 700 pesos. Week 3, 1,500, expenses of 1,200. Week 4, 2,500 with expenses of 1,800. Okay. So, using Excel, how do we compute for the total? So, we can highlight the cell. So, B6 plus C6. So, we can now, we can highlight the cell and then up to total and then press auto sum. So we can get the total investment plus the expenses. So the same with week 2 up to week 4. Highlight the cell and then look at the icon auto sum. And then the same with week 3. Get the sum. So that is equal to 2,700. And then for week 4, we have 2,500 plus the expenses. So we can highlight and then press auto sum. And then we can now compute for the total income. So for the total income, how do we compute? Equal total income or E6 minus 1,300, then enter. So that is 200 pesos for week 1. So that is the total income. And then we can drag the cell from week 1 to copy the formula. So in week 2, we have 1,100. In week 3, 300 pesos. In week 4, 200 pesos. So we can find the monthly income. So you can use shift or highlight the cell from week 1 up to week 4. And then press auto sum. So we have a total monthly income of 1,800. So we can now answer the question, which week has the highest income? So based from the table, as we can see, week 2 has the highest income. And then compute the monthly income. So we have 1,800 pesos. And then we can now present a bar graph. So highlight all investment and then the total income. And then from the given cell, you press insert, and then the bar graph table. So we can choose 3D, 2D, and then adjust the table. Okay, so we have now the table. So for the total, for the investment, expenses, and then total, and then income, total income. Okay, so we can now present using the bar graph. And then, so you can choose your design. So let's say, for example, this one. So you can choose. Then another, we have this one. So as you can see, there is a given amount for every bar graph. Okay, and then I will choose this one. Okay, so we can uh, present using a bar graph. Okay, so let us adjust the table. And then write the title. Title of the chart, that is monthly. For the title of the chart, monthly summary sales report. Okay, so we can now represent using bar graph. So let's have another example. So this time, the following table that shows the average hours per day of the selected appliance and light are used. So we have the light and appliance, weekdays, and then weekends for the average number of hours. So we have the different appliance for the light. We have weekday 10, weekends 12, and then for the TV 7 hours for the weekdays, and then for weekend 10 hours for the computer 5 5 days, and then for the weekend we have 8 hours for the refrigerator, weekdays 20, and then for weekend we have 24 hours. So let us now compute using Excel. So we can uh, highlight the column. So from light up to refrigerator and then the total and then you press auto sum. Okay? And then for the weekend, we can highlight 12 up to 25 and then total, press auto sum. So we can now analyze and interpret the data. Prepare a bar graph to depict the data in the table. Color code your bar graph, label the parts of the graph. Okay, so we can now present using bar graph. So from light and appliance, weekdays and then weekend, and then press the insert icon and then bar graph using 2D. And then move the graph. So we can move the graph. Okay, so we can put the graph there. Okay, and then choose the design. So I will choose the last design. And then, so for the data interpretation, color code your bar and then label the parts. And then label the parts, write the title. So we can write the title, average number of hours of light and appliance. And then for the x-axis, we have the light and appliance, light, TV, computer, and refrigerator. And then for the y-axis, that is the number of hours usage in weekdays and weekend. Then let us now interpret the data. What do the numbers, the vertical axis, horizontal axis represent? So x-axis, vertical axis represent the number of hours uses in weekdays and weekend. And then for the horizontal axis represent the light and appliance. So, and then letter C, aside from the refrigerator, which item is used most on weekdays and then weekend? So based from the given table, so we can answer it. So weekdays, so we have refrigerator. So the highest using the table we have that is light. Light for weekdays. And then for weekend, we have light also the same. So the same appliance. And then what conclusion can you draw from your graph? So based on the given, refrigerator has the highest number of hours uses in weekdays and weekend. So let us now go on with the next example. So this time using the pie chart. So given the region north, south, east, west, and then revenue and then percentage. So for the north, we have revenue of 12, south 6, east 8, and then west 4. A total of 30. Okay? So highlight the cell and then press auto sum. And then for the percentage, we can use using the formula. So equal sign. So copy the cell of uh, 12 and then divided by the total number, that is 30, and then multiplied by 100. Then press enter. So we can now copy the percentage formula by dragging the cell. Okay, so we have 40, 20, and then we can decrease the decimal. The same with west, decrease the decimal. Okay, so let us now add, get the sum. It should be 100%. Okay, and then we can now graph using pie chart. Highlight the region, revenue, and then percentage. Using the pie chart, so in the insert icon, press this one, pie chart. So 2D pie. Okay, so let us now adjust the graph. Okay, and then write the title. So we can write the title as revenue of region revenue of region in percentage. Okay, so we can now choose the pie chart design. So if we select this one, okay, and then we have the next. So there is a given percentage and then the legend. So this one is it is better. So for the legend we have north, south, east, west, and then the given percentage in each region. Okay, so we can now graph. And then the last example we have present a table using a bar graph. Okay, so we have premium donut limited bestsellers. So from January up to March, so we have the donut flavor that is a jam, custard, chocolate. And then we can now compute for the month of January the total sales. So highlight and then press auto sum. So pwedeng ganito. And then for the month of February, highlight and then auto sum. And then for the month of March, highlight and then auto sum. And then we can now get the total. Highlight January, February, March, and then auto sum. And then get the sum. So the same with the total. Okay? So for the month of January, we have a total of 425 for the month of February, 545 for the month of March, 670. A total of 1,640. So from January up to March. Thank you for listening.